welcome to part 4. You may recognise that David Bowie song Space Oddity, and the sort of dreamy chord in the intro is a major 7 chord, which is what I'm going to talk about in this tutorial. Okay, so referring to the C scale diagram again, if I did say that if we did combine just C and B together, the root and the 7th, major 7th, it can sound dissonant. When you disguise that, if you like, in the chord with the major 3rd, and particularly the 5th, it sort of covers it a little and makes it more easier on the ear, more sonorous. And it's got like a sort of dreamlike quality to it as well, which I really love the sound of major 7ths. People once described it as sounding fairly happy. That's a lovely description, actually, I think. Yeah, sort of dreamy and floaty are other words I've heard to describe them. Yes, so not to be confused with if you just saw C7, that's not that chord at all. C7 has B flat in it, not B natural. And we mentioned parent scales before. C7, the parent scale is F major, so it's coming from an F scale. So you have to write C major 7 either literally as C major 7 or C MAG 7, or the one I like is C and then a triangle symbol. Easy to read that, I think. Yeah, so major 7 harmony chords have been used throughout the centuries, really. French composers such as Claude Debussy liked the dreamlike quality of them, and Eric Satie, another French composer, also did. And pop musicians have also ventured into using them. One whose particular trademark, I think, is major 7, and a great favourite of mine is Burt Bacharach. He wrote many sort of sophisticated pop and film scores, and yeah, they've got kind of a jazzy feel to them, a lot of them. A typical sort of Burt Bacharach thing. So you've got a C major 7 to an F major 7 there. A song called This Guy's in Love With You. Very often you do find this, that the more complicated the chord description looks, can actually make it easier to play, which is great to know. So for instance, C major 7, you just need the C and E fingering for the basic shape, and the open B kicks in for the major 7. And then same with F major 7, it's probably the easiest of the F family to play, because you haven't got the barring to worry about on the end there. It's FACE, and on the stave it's all the spaces, FA, C and E there. Yeah, and that sequence actually has been borrowed or whatever, stolen, if you like, by Oasis. They did a song called Half the World Away. I think it's from a TV programme called Early Doors. So I'm sure Bacharach's in there somewhere as an influence. Whether they, excuse me, I admit that I don't know, but I think they did borrow it from Mr. Bacharach. Okay, and talking of Burt Bacharach, wrote some beautiful tunes. I do like Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. It starts the sort of C chord, C major 7, and then C7, F major 7. So just going back to that sequence, there's a beautiful what we call an inner line. It's a chromatic inner line, which means going down in semitones or frets. So for instance, you've got a C over the C chord, obviously, and then a B over the major 7 chord, B flat of the C7 chord, and then the F major 7 resulting in an A. And that's a really nice musical effect there, worth noting, I think. And then another song that he co-wrote with Christopher Cross for the film Arthur. Again, got the major 7 trademark, and this one's got the 5th in the melody as well, Arthur's theme. So that's a D major 7, and then A major 7. And then back to A major 7. Yeah, so the 5th is important. It's that creates a nice major 3rd harmony, and often you'll get that in the bass as well. So you might, for instance, say if you look at the second diagram, you might get a sort of a C major 7 with a C bass, going to an F major 7 with the C bass continuing, called a pedal or an ostinato, and it's just again just a lovely effect. Basically, yeah, just experiment with these major 7 chords. They're not difficult to play, even though they might sound it, and they've just got a lovely, I think, quality to them. Yeah, so to finish off, I'll switch to bass guitar actually to look at the harmonics and major 7s. Harmonics work particularly well. You can actually sort of get a sound a bit like a piano, so with a bass note and a top end or a high register notes. So you put a G, doing a G major 7, you get that sort of sound. And then a C. Yeah, so bass guitar is particularly good for harmonics. There is a weird kind of interval. The harmonics on the 4th fret match the notes, but strangely they repeat exactly on fret 9. There's some kind of scientific physical reason for that, which is way beyond me, so please let me know if you understand that. But it can be quite useful. So if you wanted to do a G major 7, fine down there, but to do a D major 7, you wouldn't be able to do it were it not for these alternative ways of playing the 4th fret down there. So it's going to lead on to my next project that's got major 7s sort of galore in the tune. Yeah, so I'll see you in the final instalment of this topic. Thanks very much.